Welcome to Drupal Brief. This is an AI-generated summary of another video, podcast, or blog post. If you want to learn more about what's being discussed here, then please go check out the source. This podcast is sponsored by Drupal Forge. Drupal Forge is an open-source, lightning-fast demo, development, and testing platform. It spins up Drupal sites in less than 5 seconds, complete with a browser-based VS Code. Want to try Drupal CMS, Drupal AI, Experience Builder? No need to install anything on your laptop. Drupal Forge has you covered. Even Composer, Drush, and AI keys are pre-installed so you can hit the ground running. Demo Drupal in less than 5 seconds only at Drupal Forge. Please take a second to click subscribe. We're a new podcast and this helps us a lot. Okay, that's it. Ready? Here we go.
Okay, so if you're involved with Drupal, it feels like there's always so much going on. Updates, community news. It can be a lot to track.
It really can.
So today we're kind of cutting through that noise. We want to bring you the really impactful stuff from the latest Drupal release, 11.2, and also what's happening with local user groups.
Absolutely. We've been digging into some sources, and we're seeing these really interesting connections between two pillars of Drupal, really. You've got the tech advancements in Core 11.2 on one side.
Right.
And then the maybe surprising strength and importance of these local community groups on the other.
Yeah. And our mission here is to show you how these two things are shaping Drupal's future and, maybe more importantly, what it all means for you, for your work, your learning.
Exactly. So let's dig in.
We talked to a real mix of people, veteran developers, folks organizing communities, core contributors.
A really good group.
And they shared everything from the nitty-gritty technical breakthroughs to these, really quite heartwarming stories about local communities. So what really jumped out at you as the connection between the core updates and the community side?
What's fascinating, I think, is how both sides, the tech and the community, seem to be pushing towards making things more accessible. Smoother entry points for new people. It's like a parallel evolution happening.
Interesting.
And that really comes through when you look at Drupal Core 11.2. I mean, the headlines are pretty exciting. We're talking about potentially getting rid of module files altogether.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, and much faster module installations, plus more flexibility with single directory components, SDCs. Okay,
those SDCs, they seem like a big deal, especially for front-end folks. They've been moving fast, haven't they?
They really have. Remember, they went from experimental in 10.1 to stable in 10.3.
Right.
So clearly a focus area. And now in 11.2, there's this new concept called variants.
Variants. Okay, what are those?
Think of them kind of like view modes, but for components. So you can have different template files for different versions of a component, or maybe use conditional logic within just one template file to show different things.
Okay.
It really pushes things forward for component libraries, and it changes how we think about front-end patterns in Drupal.
That sounds like a pretty significant step for front-end work. And you mentioned developer experience getting better, too, like that no module files idea.
Yeah, exactly. So that vision, it's becoming possible because pre-process hooks can now be defined as actual object-oriented classes.
Okay, so less procedural code.
Right. It's not just some internal change. It fundamentally cleans up how you build things, makes complex stuff more modular, more intuitive. And for new developers, it means less digging around in global functions. It's a more structured approach, much easier to pick up if you're used to OO.
Got it. That makes sense.
And that connects to other improvements too, like the module installer. It's updated so it only rebuilds the container after you install a whole batch of modules, not after each one.
Oh, that's huge for setup.
Yeah, it makes bulk installations way faster. Yeah. And there's also the recipe unpack composer extension that helps manage dependencies when you're using Drupal recipes.
Right. Recipes, those prepackaged site setups.
Yeah, exactly. So it just smooths out the whole workflow when you're using those. It's all about efficiency.
That focus on the developer workflow, it really comes through. And what about under the hood? Any cool stuff there?
Yeah, a few things. Drupal Core now supports the AVIF image format natively.
AVIF. Okay.
Yeah, with WebBP as a fallback. You probably remember WebBP was a big step for performance. AVIF uses actually a video compression algorithm, so it could potentially mean even smaller files, better site speed.
Wow. And browser support. Is it ready?
Pretty good, actually. Around 94% last I checked. So, yeah, it's usable.
More compression, better performance. Always good.
Always the goal, right?
Yeah.
Chasing those milliseconds. But it's not just file formats. There are deeper changes, too. Package Manager is now included as a hidden module in Core.
Package manager. That's for things like automatic updates in the project browser, isn't it?
Exactly. It's crucial infrastructure for those big ongoing initiatives the community's been pushing for. Plus, the usual dependency updates, Seek Editor, Symfony, Composer, and various smaller tweaks and bug fixes.
Okay. So 11.2 sounds like it's really pushing things forward, especially on the developer experience side. It feels like real progress.
Naturally.
But like you said, the code's only part of it. The real heartbeat of Drupal, maybe, is the community.
Absolutely.
So let's shift gears from the tech stuff to these really interesting stories about local Drupal user groups and meetups.
Yeah, these stories, they really drive home how vital those local connections are. Take Lee's story, for example.
Mm-hmm.
He learned Drupal 6 from a book, just totally on his own, no community contact. Then he kind of stumbled upon this thing called Drupal Camp Boone back in 2010. Tiny event, like 30 people, apparently a one-off thing. But it clearly sparked something. Because later he found an inactive group for Chattanooga on Drupal.org, and he took the initiative to start it up again with regular monthly meetups.
Wow, that takes some real drive.
It really does. And then you've got Bo's story, which is just fantastic.
Tell me about Bo.
So he started out as a CNC machinist, not even a developer.
No kidding.
Yeah. He found the Chattanooga group on meetup.com, just showed up one night, didn't know Drupal at all, just listened to them talk shop for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Then went out for beers with them afterwards.
Oh, love
I
that.
kept going back, right.
Yeah.
And after maybe a month or two, Lee actually offered him a ride down to Drupal Camp, Florida in his van.
Seriously, that's amazing.
But here's where it gets really good. That casual meetup connection. It led to Bo deciding to go to DrupalCon LA in 2015, paid his own way and everything. And just 30 days after that conference, he landed a 90-day contract as a junior developer, all stemming from showing up at that local meetup.
That's incredible. What a testament to just, showing up.
Totally. And Bernardo's experience, it adds another perspective. He'd been to bigger meetups in Atlanta JavaScript, Ruby on Rails, but felt something was missing, that personal connection.
Yeah, big meetups can feel anonymous sometimes.
Right. So when he moved to Chattanooga for grad school, he found the Drupal group, even though he was mostly using WordPress and Joomla at the time. He really emphasized how meetups give you that immediate, consistent personal link.
It sounds like there's a really clear difference then between these meetups and, say, the bigger camps or conferences.
Oh, definitely. And Lee, as an organizer, really stressed this. Meetups are way less stressful to run. You don't have sponsorships, food logistics, T-shirts, all that stuff. They can just be these organic, unconference-style discussions, or maybe some lightning talks.
Yeah.
They provide that regular monthly touch point.
Whereas conferences are this huge undertaking.
Immense preparation, yeah.
Yeah.
Ton of stress for the organizers. It's a totally different beast. And the group we talked to, they make this distinction clear in how they talk about it. A user group is the wider community, maybe regional, like Tennessee or North Georgia, or even a loose network like TXTUG. They're active on Slack, message boards, they go to the camps.
Yeah.
A meetup is that specific regular gathering, often physical or maybe hybrid now. It's a smaller group focused on networking, maybe some basic training, just asking questions.
And you mentioned hybrid.
Right.
That Chattanooga group went hybrid after COVID, right?
Yeah.
In person and Zoom.
Yeah, which turned out to be, well, kind of genius, as you said. It meant people from nearby cities like Knoxville or Nashville could join in, even folks from further away, Asheville, Seattle sometimes.
Wow.
To really help keep that social connection going
Yeah.
when people couldn't physically be there.
Yeah.
Super important.
So what is it about these meetups specifically? What's the unique value they offer?
It seems to boil down to a few things. One is creating that safe space. You can ask the silly questions, the fundamentals, without feeling judged. That's often harder at a big conference.
Yeah, definitely.
And because it's monthly,
Yeah.
you can follow up. It keeps people engaged. Plus, the experienced folks there can help newcomers see that, the magic they see isn't magic, it's just built-up experience. They offer that encouragement, that mentorship.
I like that. Demystifying the magic.
Exactly. And there's the open toolbox idea they mentioned. Everyone comes, shares what they know, what tools they use, and everyone leaves with, well, a bigger toolbox.
That's a great metaphor.
But maybe the biggest factor they stressed, just consistency. Having that regular schedule, that predictable reason to connect each month, especially if you work remotely, it's vital.
And we already saw the tangible results, right? Those meetups led directly to jobs for Bo and Bernardo.
Yeah, real, concrete opportunities. So if you're listening, what does this mean for your career, your learning? It strongly suggests that getting involved, showing up, building those relationships locally can open doors you didn't even know were there.
Absolutely. But it's not always easy, right? These groups face challenges.
For sure. Organizer burnout is a big one.
Yeah.
The risk of trying to make every monthly meetup into some kind of mini conference, that just leads to exhaustion for the leaders.
I can see that.
And then there's the issue of dwindling attendance sometimes.
Why does that happen?
Could be several things. Lack of active recruitment, maybe inconsistency in meetings, and also what they call the 5 o'clock switch off.
Ah, right. People working in demanding jobs, maybe enterprise or government, they might just want to disconnect from work stuff in their personal time.
Exactly. And on top of that, meetup.com itself, which a lot of groups rely on, has had its problems. It's gotten more expensive, apparently more spammy, and some useful features like event reminders aren't as good as they used to be.
Okay. So facing those challenges, what works? What are the strategies for success or maybe for re-energizing a group?
The number one piece of advice seemed to be keep it simple. The KISS principle.
Right.
Don't overcomplicate the meetups. They actually take less effort than many people think. And having a consistent schedule and location that's crucial for building habits. Quarterly is probably too infrequent, people forget.
Makes sense. Keep the rhythm going.
Yeah. And embracing hybrid, even though it can sometimes be an easy out for attending, it really does expand your reach and keep remote folks connected. Though you do have to manage the tech side of it.
Right. Hybrid adds complexity.
It does. Another key thing for avoiding burnout is empowering others. Letting other people in the community step up and take on some responsibilities. Don't try to do it all yourself.
That's crucial for sustainability. And what about getting new people in? Recruitment.
Active recruitment, yeah. They gave examples like going to other local tech events like a Cynic Summit or reaching out to community colleges. Chattanooga State was mentioned. They actually got one successful Drupal developer out of that effort.
Nice.
And just the power of a personal invitation, it goes a long way. Also, managing expectations is important. Growth is usually a slow roll, they said. Attendance can drop faster than it builds.
So persistence is key.
Yeah, that feeling of shouting into the void sometimes. Apparently, that's normal. You just have to stick with it.
Okay. And for newcomers, to make them feel welcome.
One idea was running back to basics sessions for a few months, covering fundamentals like content types, views, site building, just helping new folks not feel so overwhelmed right at the start.
That's a great idea. What about communication between meetups?
Drupal Slack seems to be the main tool there. Having a dedicated channel for your local group within the big Drupal Slack space is really helpful for ongoing chat and coordination.
Okay. Any other platforms?
Well, there's hope for Drupal.org itself. There's an event organizers working group trying to improve the event system on Drupal.org, potentially replacing some of what meetup.com does.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, and they suggested putting a really prominent Find Your Local Community link right on the main site.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Right. And Drupal Times apparently has this cool feature using GeoIP pop-ups to show you nearby events.
Clever.
The idea of using Discord also came up as maybe an alternative or supplement to Slack.
Yeah.
Because it offers more persistent stuff like forums, announcements, agendas, kind of bringing back that old forum feel, which Slack doesn't really do.
Interesting thought. So with all this in mind, the value, the challenges, the tools, do we actually need more meetups? Or should we focus on strengthening the ones we have?
Yeah, there were differing opinions on that. Some felt that with so much remote work now, maybe fostering the existing groups, especially the hybrid ones, makes more sense. Others argued for starting new ones in cities that don't currently have one.
Right, underserved areas.
But Bernardo made a really powerful point. He said, come for the code, stay for the community.
I like that.
Yeah. He stressed that meetups are really the heart of the community. They provide that essential feedback loop, the conversational debate you might not get, just reading docs or forums online.
So connecting it all back, that human element, it's maybe more critical than ever, right? For learning, for growth, for the health of the whole Drupal ecosystem.
I think that's exactly right.
So, okay, wrapping up this deep dive, maybe the most encouraging takeaway is this. Starting or restarting a local meetup, it genuinely seems to take less effort than you might imagine.
Yeah, the advice from people who've done it was pretty unanimous. Just, go ahead and do it.
Start simple, lightning talks, open discussions, that kind of thing.
Right. Maybe think about those back-to-basics sessions if you want to attract newcomers. Keep it consistent. Definitely explore hybrid options.
And don't try to be a hero. Empower others. Ask for help. That prevents the burnout.
Exactly. And a really practical tip was maybe go attend another meetup first.
Yeah.
See how they run things, what works, what doesn't, before you jump into organizing your own.
That's great advice. So this leaves us with a final thought, a question for you, the listener, to maybe ponder. In this world that's becoming more and more digital, where you can connect with literally thousands online, what's the real irreplaceable value of showing up, whether it's in person or face-to-face virtually, for your local community? What does that offer for your own growth and for Drupal overall? And maybe what opportunities are you missing out on by not engaging with the people right there in your own area?
That is a wrap on today's Drupal brief. Remember, this was an AI-generated summary, so be sure to check out the original source for the full story and all the details. Before you go, if what you heard today got you excited about trying something new in Drupal, remember that Drupal Forge has you covered. Whether you want to test that new module, demo a concept to your team, or just explore the latest Drupal features, you're literally 5 seconds away from a fully loaded development environment. No downloads, no setup, no hassle. Just pure Drupal innovation at your fingertips. If this episode was helpful, please hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It really helps other Drupal developers discover the show. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next Drupal brief.